Welcome to Kolbe Academy Student Shadow Week. In this video, I'll show you what to expect in our virtual classroom environment, and I'll also go over some basic classroom etiquette.
On the first day of Shadow Week, about 5 to 10 minutes before your first class, you'll want to use the username and password information sent to your parents' email to log into classes. If you cannot find your login information or have misplaced it, don't worry. You can go to kolbe.org during regular school hours and chat live with our support team to get you going. This is what the login screen will look like when you are prompted to log into your first Shadow class. Put the username and password in and click Login. Once you've logged in using your credentials, you'll see a screen that allows you to test your audio and sometimes your webcam before you enter the room. Once you have tested your audio, click Request Entry to be let into the class. Please note that if you are shadowing an elementary online class, that your webcam and audio rights may not be enabled upon entry into class. Let's go over the classroom environment. Here is the general idea of what your Adobe Connect classroom will look like. Typically, you'll be able to see the attendees list, a chat box, and a presentation screen. You may also see other boxes like the notes or video pod, depending on how the teacher has the classroom set up. At the top of the room, you'll find a few icons, though your icons may not show exactly the same thing that my screen does. You'll see that my speaker icon is green and that the microphone icon is red. Green means my speaker is connected, and red means that my microphone is muted. If your microphone is grayed out, that means that you haven't yet connected your microphone at all. If you don't see a microphone icon, that means that the teacher has not given you microphone rights.
As a shadow student, we will hold you to the same expectations we have for our Kolbe students. That means you'll want to use your digital citizenship skills to participate appropriately throughout live class. You can think of digital citizenship as the virtual equivalent of having manners online. It is a way of acting respectfully and civilly towards others in a virtual environment. Some of these rules also help you to stay safe online. Before class begins, you are allowed to chat with other students in the chat box. Feel free to introduce yourself. Our Kolbe students are very friendly and always interested in knowing about our shadow students. Once class begins, you should make sure your mic is muted by making sure there is a slash through your microphone icon at the top of your screen. That way, background noise won't go through during class. The teacher may wish to involve you in the class, which is fine. You are allowed to use your microphone or chat in the chat box if the teacher asks you to, and you are comfortable doing so. Now have fun. We hope you enjoy spending time at Kolbe Academy. Here are some guidelines for you when you're participating in the chat box or in discussions. Always make sure to stay on topic and to be respectful towards the teacher or other students. Use appropriate language and think before you type. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Remember that your comments are marked in print forever. If you don't want a parent or teacher to read the comment later, don't type it. It may or may not be obvious to you that we need to be safe while using the internet. As the internet has grown over the years, and with constantly changing technologies and social media, staying safe on the internet has become much more complicated. There are a few things we can do to make sure we prevent things like identity theft, privacy violations, or other infringements on our freedoms, even in the safe space of our virtual school. Do not give personal information out, including your email address, your phone number, your age, your birthday, or your home address. And do not share account information such as logins and passwords. And always veer on the side of caution and tell an adult if someone is asking you for something that makes you uncomfortable. For students in middle school, especially those younger than 13 or in grade 7 or below, you must have a parent present while a student is shadowing for the first time. Younger students are still working on becoming good stewards of the internet and need additional guidance and oversight when participating in live classes for the first time. Please note that our teachers reserve the right to remove any student from class that is being disruptive. Our current students deserve to have a good experience in their live classes, even with prospective students shadowing their class that day. To protect the privacy of our students, parents who are observing with a student may not participate in class via the chat box or over the microphone. Please be sure to discuss these etiquette ideas with your child before attending the first live class. And of course, if you have questions about a class, please contact admissions@kolbe.org after class so that we can funnel questions to the appropriate contact.
If you have questions about our courses after you've had your shadow class, please reach out to admissions@kolbe.org. If you're having technical issues during your shadow classes, you can submit a tech support ticket or chat live with a support agent by going to kolbe.org.